Hey, what's up guys? My name is Mia and this is Tiaja, and today we're going to be talking about the lymphatic system and
the organs of the immune system.
Alright, so let's begin with the lymphatic system. Why don't you tell me a little bit about capillaries, Tiaja?
Capillaries? Sure, why not? So a capillary is basically a very small, very thin layer of cell that takes in blood from the arteries, right?
Correct.
Now, it being small and thin works out perfectly fine with its function because, it has to pass on molecules to other cells surrounding it. But this also causes complications.
Yikes. What's wrong, Tiaja?
So, due to its thinness, oftentimes molecules in bacteria will fly or, float in a sense right through it. Because, it's so thin, it can't really sustain much. This is very dangerous because it can cause swelling throughout the body and pain. Lots of pain. But for us, we have something called the lymphatic. The lymphatic is basically, it's like our body's own personal maid. It's a cell that comes in and sweeps up and destroys any unknown pathogens and cleans up, molecules that have passed through the capillaries.
Alright, so now that we know a little about the capillaries, let's talk about the lymph nodes. So does anybody know what the lymph nodes does? Alright, I'll tell you. So the lymph nodes protect the body from pathogens and bacteria. They're located in major joints like the armpit. And if it was the armpit, it would be called the axillary node. It's also in the groin. And if it was the groin, it would be called the angular node. It's also located behind the knee, right around here, which is called the popliteal nodes, right around here. Also, it's located in the thorax, right around the roots of the lungs. And yeah, so that's a little about it. Oh, and the affective diseases that lymph nodes have problems with. One is elephantitis. You want to tell us a little bit about elephantitis?
So, I'm pretty sure you guys can guess basically the gist of what elephantitis is, and I'm sure some of you with terrible souls have made jokes about people with elephantitis. But basically, it's a disease when the lower portion of your body begins to swell tremendously, usually affecting feet, legs, and the groin region. This usually occurs through, lymph nodes. How does it occur here? I'm not really,
How does it? Well, I mean, like when you don't clean your body and stuff like that, it happens, Right? Am I correct on that part?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad when you get it. It swells a lot. The only thing you really can do is go to the doctor.
Yeah, basically it happens when, certain lymphatic nodes, some lymph nodes are cut off from the rest of the body. Because of this, it causes swelling, much like with capillaries, it causes swelling, which leads to elephantitis.
Yep. Another one is the bubonic plague. I'm sure you've all heard of it. It's caused by a virulent bacterium. Let's not get into all the diseases that can happen because there are a lot, believe me. And let's move on. So what we're talking about next is lymphocytes.
Lymphocytes?
Do you know about lymphocytes? You want to
I know my part. So,
lymphocytes?
I can tell you this much, that the lymphocytes, there are two lymphocytes. There is B
and
there is T lymphocytes. And basically each one performs a certain task. With the B lymphocytes, what they do is they migrate from your system to the bone marrow. So, nothing too serious, just migrating from your system to bone marrow, giving it the proper nutrients it needs. T lymphocytes basically are like your body's early alarm system. When it detects certain pathogens, antigen in particular, it begins to multiply. So let's just say this is one T lymph node. What will happen is if it detects an antigen, it'll begin to multiply. So it begins to, it splits itself, and now there are two, where that one was. So it begins to multiply.
Kind of like mitosis.
Kind of like mitosis, yeah. And it begins to, keep multiplying until it fills up a certain area. cool, funny thing you guys probably might not have known was that when doctors, they check your throat, they palpate, they're basically searching to see if your T lymphocytes have multiplied, and generally that's going to cause a slight bulge in your throat somewhere, or in any other one of your joints, be it your arms, your legs, back of your knees, etc., etc.
That sounds really painful. Thank you for telling us about that. Now let's get into the spleen.
Yeah, spleen.
Spleen is a very important part of the immune system, of course. Do you want me to do that?
Let's go. Just keep talking about this.
Okay, so the spleen is a very important part of the immune system. Without it, I know that we have lots of bacteria. It comes when we eat lots of food, and it gets bacteria as well. So that's bad, and that's why it's there to be a backup. So I can get all the diseases out if you ever catch them. Alright, ready to finish up about the spleen?
Yeah, sure. So the spleen, it's a very, very, very large organ in your body. I mean, it's not the largest by far, but it is the largest lymphatic organ in your body. It's located right here. Let me use the board again. It basically has a shape a lot like this. Just like that. And it's located right here on your diaphragm. Right behind the spleen, you really see stomach. And behind that, right here, is the gallbladder, which gives off different secretions into the spleen. But I'm not going to go into that right now. The spleen's duty is, it's a lymphatic organ. So basically it does what all lymphatic organs and cells do, right?
Right.
It cleans out the body. If your spleen failed, your body would no longer be able to eliminate certain poisons that enter your body. So you would die, basically, and quite painful. What the spleen does is it possesses a special kind of cell. And what this cell does is it specializes in detecting certain pathogens, again, antigen in particular, or not just antigen, excuse me. It also detects old, died, old red blood cells have died, that expended their uses, other bacteria, such like that. And it'll locate it, and it'll destroy it. Seek and destroy it. Plain and simple. And that's the liver's, or the spleen, excuse me. Oh, jeez. It stopped the video. Yeah.